coming in hot from Olympus Games in Mesa, Arizona.
It's the Pop Culture Junkie Podcast.
Welcome to the Pop Culture Junkie Podcast.
Hey. Sorry.
That's okay.
Oh my God, hey.
It's kind of like old times again. It's just me and Shauna this week.
It is like old times. Remember when it was just the two of us
I
for like
do.
a hot second?
I do. And then we got our two amazing junkies.
I mean,
Hayley
I
and
love them,
Alex.
but also right here, girl. OGs.
For real. This is where it all started.
Shakole. Nakana. I think Shakole sounds better.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
I like that. But yes, we are down 2 junkies this week. It is Alex's birthday, so we want to give a great big happy birthday shout out to him.
Happy birthday to the guy with the shirt and the pants.
Heck yeah. And your son. Happy birthday to him too.
That's true.
And we're missing Hayley. She's got other priorities. She's working.
No, she is at the Nathan Fillion Civilian Pavillion Crusade.
Just kidding. She's not working.
That's exactly where she is.
Okay. Well, we learn something new every day.
Say that. I want to hear you say it, though.
Fillion Civilian Pavillion Crusade.
That was pretty good.
Thank you.
Nathan Fillion Civilian Pavillion Crusade.
Nathan
Fillion.
Oh. Okay. Don't know what that is, but I hope you're having fun.
What it is? He's a guy. I will send you pictures of him. He's kind of cute.
Okay. Sounds good.
Cool.
So how have you been?
I was super freaking sick, though, last week, and I was very sad. It was my first time missing the Pop Culture Junkie podcast.
Yes.
But I also slept a whole lot, and that's what I needed to do.
Made a joke. We did not have to put the E on the episode last week.
I saw that. No swear word guarantee. Welcome back to Shauna's Potty Mouth, everybody.
Yes, that's okay, though. We love it.
Thank you. I love you, too. Let me get it all the way. Poop, butthole, penis. I won't say anything worse. The producers are looking at me like, stop!
Yeah, wait till we actually get into the episode.
There we go.
Things just start flowing out.
Then they just keep coming. Just like a pile of poop. Just keeps flowing. Geez.
So on your time off and downtime, did you watch anything new or at all?
I did. Okay. So I know I'm totally late to the game when we've been talking about Fear Street, but I finally watched 1978. And I heard that it was better than the first one, and I completely agree. So Fear Street 1978, I am going to give a pop to. It was entertaining. It was that very slasher summer camp, teenagers having sex and then dying, which I am here for. Wait, is that okay to say? Yeah, I'm here for it. I am here for the gore, the 70s outfits. I watched that and I liked it. Also, finally, you and I are watching the same TV show, which might be a first in pop culture.
Who would have thought the day would have come?
So, Glow Up Season 3.
Love that show.
I do too. So, we discussed this. We both watched seasons 1 and 2.
Yes.
For anybody who doesn't know, Glow Up is a series on Netflix. And it is a reality show. It's set in England, I'm assuming. Everyone's British.
Yeah.
And everyone is so freaking trendy and well-dressed, and it makes me want to just upgrade my wardrobe.
Yes.
But it's a makeup artist competition. So every week they have different makeup artist challenges, and everybody competes in like a smaller challenge and then the elimination challenge. And it is so entertaining, and everybody is so freaking talented. So I'm here for it. What are your favorite parts about Glow Up, Nicole?
I love makeup so much. So I just love seeing the different creations that they can come up with, because I could never be that creative. I don't know how they do it, but some of the work that they create is incredible. So I would say that is probably my favorite. I also really like when they bring in other famous makeup artists or people like that on the show, and
they had
everyone
just tutorials, didn't they, on one of the seasons?
I think they had last year. She was on, and it's just fun to see all those makeup artists kind of get excited when they see someone they know. I don't know if you watched the episode yet with it's the TikTok trend one.
I did. I liked that one a lot.
And the TikTok one came, and then the girl, I totally forgot her name, Riley.
Yes.
She just got so excited. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is literally her dream come true. And I was so happy for her.
I haven't finished it, so I don't know who wins.
Okay.
Even though Nicole told me the pronoun of the person who wins, so
Yes.
that narrows it down a little bit, but I won't reveal it here.
Yes. I'm very happy with who the winner was. It was my top choice for sure.
I am excited. My other favorite parts about the show is I got to know what the word conflab means. So the judges always, anytime there's an elimination challenge, she always goes, shall we have a conflab? And I would watch it and I'd be like, what the hell does conflab mean? And I think it's conflab. And I was like, what the hell does conflab mean? I Googled it. It is an informal private conversation or discussion. So that's what they have when they pull each other aside and they're like, well, that lady's lips were symmetrical.
Love the accent.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
And then ding dong, darling. Ding dong. I'm here for the ding dong.
That's definitely my favorite line that ever comes out of the show is ding dong.
Ding dong. It's like, it reminds me of in a Great British Baking Show when you get the Paul Hollywood handshake. That's how you know you did a really good job.
Mm-hmm.
And then in Glow Up, it's if you get a ding dong.
Yes.
So I've been watching that. Also, I started a documentary. I haven't finished it yet. It's pretty heavy, so it's one of those things that I've been watching in doses while I've been sick and at home. And it's called Pray Away. And it is on Netflix. And it is about this religious movement that went on during the 70s, 80s, and 90s called Pray Away the Gay. And it was really kind of conversion therapy. So it was the idea that being gay was evil and a sin, and that if you have a child who's gay or if you're gay, if you pray hard enough to God, he'll take it away from you. It ended up being, obviously, spoiler alert, super damaging to everybody involved. And people were repressing how they really felt. And a lot of people, I mean, trigger warning, but like really started, having suicidal ideations. You're repressing who you really are. And this documentary is fascinating because it's people who were the leaders of the Pray Away the Gay movement in the 90s. And now they're totally openly gay. Shocker. What? It didn't work. So I definitely recommend this documentary. It's really eye-opening, especially to anybody who grew up evangelical or who's in any kind of religion. It's just, it's sad, but it's also, I haven't finished it yet, but I'm hoping by the end it turns out hopeful for these people that they're finally, comfortable living who they are. So I'm going to pop Pray Away.
That reminds me of a YouTube video I watched. This YouTuber named Larray, so he's gay.
Mm-hmm.
He posted a YouTube video a couple weeks ago, and he was calling churches and kind of saying, hey, I'm having this problem. I was wondering if you guys can help me. And they'd be like, okay, like, what's wrong? He's like, I'm having these thoughts of being gay. But yeah, like I said, he is actually gay.
Yeah.
He just wanted to see their reactions to how they would respond to someone being gay.
Yeah.
Some of them were like, no, that's totally okay. Like, if that's what you want, God wants you to love whoever you want. And then others would be against it. But it was just eye-opening.
Fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Anybody out there listening, love who you love.
Yes.
Do what you want to do. We are totally here for it.
Yes.
So that's beautiful. I'm going to have to give that a view. That sounds interesting.
Yes, I can send it to you.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. What have you been watching and what are you popping in, dropping, and locking?
So the Bachelorette finale aired and I was very surprised by the ending.
Who did she choose?
She chose Blake, and I was very surprised because I said, I think, in a previous episode of the podcast that I thought she would be single. I did not see her getting engaged to anyone, so I was very surprised.
Dude,
Blake,
I would so be here for that if in the end she's just like, thanks for the great O. Deuces.
Yes. But I'm very happy with Blake. He was definitely one of my front runners for her, and they're so cute together.
Are they engaged?
They are engaged.
Quote, unquote.
But he came in very late in the season. He was not someone who started day one. He came in, I think, like 3 weeks later. I don't know the exact time, but...
So he wasn't the dude in the box.
No. He came in late. He was on Claire's season and Tasia's season, which was last season of The Bachelorette where Claire met Dale and was like, okay, I'm done. I'm marrying Dale.
Wait.
So then Tasia came in. So he's dated 3 bachelorettes and finally got his happy ending. I guess 3 is a lucky number.
Has he, not that it matters, you can boink as many people as you want to boink
He just
consensually.
boinked.
Has he boinked all 3 of them?
No. He just boinked Katie.
Oh,
But
good for them.
because Claire was like, oh my God, Dale, I need Dale. And so she just had her eyes on Dale. Tasia.
Okay.
Blake, I forgot how far he went in her season, but I think he went pretty far. I don't think he got to fantasy
Not
suites.
far enough for the boinking.
Correct.
Okay.
But then for Katie, it was just Blake and someone else for fantasy suites. But after Blake was the first fantasy suite for her. So after that, she was like, okay, I need to tell the other guy, Justin, that
When you fantasy suite someone, do you boink them?
you technically, that's
If they want to.
That is the whole part of the
I just want to
fantasy
keep
suite,
saying
but
boink again. Okay?
some people don't.
Right.
They just want to have this time off camera to kind of get to know one another
Hold
more on a deeper
hands.
level. And more than likely, they do boink. But no, after she boinked Blake, she
Is
ended.
Blake boinkable?
From what she said, yes.
Like, is he cute?
To
To
I
you,
don't know.
girl.
He's okay.
I'm going to Google him real fast.
Yeah.
I need to confirm if this guy's boinkable.
Okay.
Okay, this guy's boinkable.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I remember him. He's got a strong jaw. Look at his bottom lower half of his face.
Okay.
Strong jaw equals boink.
Okay.
As you were. Continue.
Oh, you're good. You're good. But yeah, she ended things with Justin right after she had her fantasy suite with Blake because she knew he was the one. And she told Blake, she's like, I won't say I love you to anyone except for my person. And she said, I love you to Blake. And I was like, okay, this is really weird. So she must be ending things with Justin because she said, I love you to Blake, which she did. And now they're engaged and happy. So.
Well, good for them.
Yeah, so definitely pop it. Definitely pop it. He popped the question. I popped the episode. So.
Hey. And they both popped each other's pants buttons.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry. That's all I care about.
I know. They can't show that on reality TV, though.
Stupid.
But I also just started a show, definitely not a new show. It's been out for like a year, and I'm very, very surprised that I'm just starting it because it has my girl Jennifer Aniston in it. It's The Morning Show with Reese Witherspoon, Steve Carell, and Jennifer Aniston. And
that's like an A-list cast right there.
Yeah, for real. They definitely popping it. It is so good so far. I'm on episode 4, and I love it. It's about... So Steve Carell and Jennifer Aniston are hosts of The Morning Show. And in the episode, it comes out that Steve Carell is kind of sexually harassing the people in the workplace. And it's been going on for quite some time, but it just hasn't been brought out because he has such a powerful stance in the newsroom and stuff. So people were afraid to come out. And he's saying that he's the victim in all this. He hasn't done anything. Everything was consensual. And then Jennifer Aniston finds out about it. And then Reese Witherspoon comes in a very weird way. She's in West Virginia doing her news station.
Okay.
And Jennifer Aniston and Steve Carell are in New York, I believe.
Okay.
And there is a video of Reese Witherspoon on Twitter going around of her at a protest for like coal mining or something. And she starts screaming at one of the protesters, like, you don't know anything about this. Why are you even here? Blah, blah, blah. So that gets on Twitter. The Morning Show sees it. They have her on. And that's this whole big thing. And then all of a sudden, she's on the show with Jen Aniston. And
what platform is it on?
This is on Apple TV.
Okay.
So if you have Apple TV and have not watched it, definitely start it. I am obsessed with it already. And
Very
it's so good.
interesting.
Yeah, so definitely popping that.
Cool. Look at us watching shows,
Right?
getting news. We don't need other junkies. I'm just
Right?
kidding, you guys. We love you.
Yes. Come back.
Come back. As long as we're on the topic of your girl, Jennifer Aniston, I feel like she's been in the news a lot lately. So why don't you give us the rundown on Jennifer Aniston?
I would love to. One of the main stories that is being talked about is her cutting off people in her life that are not vaccinated or
girl.
against the vaccination. So she says that she believes it is people's moral and professional obligation to inform others if they are or are not vaccinated. And there's people in her life who will not tell her if they are or are not. And so she's like, okay, I'm going to cut you off because this harms my health. This harms people that I do hang around with, health
Right?
and everything. And someone commented on one of her Instagram pictures or the Instagram picture of the story.
Yeah, I feel you.
And they said, well, if she's vaccinated, isn't she safe? Why does it matter to her if other people are vaccinated or not?
That's not how it works.
And she ended up commenting back to them and saying, I could still get it. I will be safe. I won't technically die from it, but I could still get sick. But I could still give it to people who either are or are not vaccinated. And if I do give it to someone who is not vaccinated and they end up, obviously, if it goes a total left turn or whatever.
I don't want to give this crap to my grandma, man.
Right. She's like, well, then I'll feel obviously terrible if that happens.
I mean, she doesn't want a headline like Jennifer Aniston kills elderly woman.
Yeah.
God.
Because that would definitely be the headline to get clickbait. For sure.
Jennifer Aniston brutally murders elderly woman without a speck of remorse.
Yeah. There's no DNA evidence, but she killed her.
No, I am here for that.
Yes.
Good for her.
Just another reason to absolutely love her, like I do.
We stan. We have no choice but to stan.
I am not the only one who loves her.
Who else loves her, Nicole? Allegedly.
Allegedly, yes.
I am so into this. Okay, the minute I'm going to tease what you're about to say right now, because you texted this to the group like an hour ago, and I have not heard a thing about this.
See, me neither.
So, but you got a little bit of the tea.
Yes, of
course. So I'm hearing for this for the first time.
Okay.
So spill all over my body. I am ready.
You.
I am dry. Make me wet. I'm so glad to be back on the podcast this week.
All right. So I was just on Twitter and I went to the search page and I saw Jennifer Aniston trending. So I was like, okay, I have to click on it because I have to see what's going on with my girl. I just thought it was a whole vaccination type stories just going on. And then I see underneath, like, whatever it says, similar, David Schwimmer. And I'm like, okay, this is super interesting. Let me actually click on it. So I did, and then there's just all these random Twitter pages saying Jennifer Aniston and David Schwimmer are reportedly dating. They are each other's lobsters.
They are boinking.
And I literally just got the chills because I'm so excited. If you watch the Friends reunion on HBO Max, you know that they both confirmed that they were falling for each other on the show, but could not pursue their relationship because they were in relationships with other people now that they are both single.
So she's not with Justin Theroux anymore.
Oh, no, they got divorced a few years ago.
Okay, see how up to date I am.
They're still in good terms because she did post a picture on Instagram saying happy birthday, JT.
Okay,
so
got it.
They're still in good terms. They just are not married anymore. But
so what are these sources that are saying? Are there pics?
Yes.
Like, have they been spotted canoodling at like a wine bistro in like Soho? Like what's going down?
Okay, so there's a lot of like local news stations reporting it, like the Toronto Sun, NZ Herald, and I read one of the articles and it says that after the reunion, they immediately began texting one another.
Oh my God.
And he flew back to New York after the reunion, but shortly after he flew to LA to see her, and they've been hanging out at her house in LA. She's been cooking him dinners. They've been having some fun, and yeah, I'm just very, very excited to see if this relationship actually is true and if it actually pursues itself and they end up getting married, because it's literally going to be a real life dream if Rachel and Ross are going to be married in real life, and then they can have their little baby Emma.
I love it. I mean, they're both like 50, so maybe not.
Yeah.
But that's not that there's anything
I think
wrong.
he's 56 and she's 52.
You can adopt.
Yes.
It's cool. It's chill.
Mm-hmm.
We could have just lots of dogs and sex.
True.
Which is what I'm doing with my life, so that's fine. I am totally here for that. I am so excited for them if that is true.
Me too. I think it is true.
I think it's true too, just because we want to manifest it.
Me too. It's got to be true.
Okay.
I just hope that if they do get married, he doesn't come out and say Emily or Rachel at the altar and actually says Jennifer.
I, David, take you, Jennifer Aniston.
I mean, if he said Rachel, it wouldn't be too bad because that, not technically her name, but it's her name. Yeah, hopefully he doesn't say Emily.
She's like, you're really stupid, but okay, let's still get married.
So, or maybe like he'll say it just as a joke and they'll all just laugh and then they'll all walk out to I'll Be There For You.
Oh my God.
That'll be their first dance song.
And we're here for it.
Yes.
Hi, I'm Hayley the Brave, teacher and mom by day, cosplayer and pop culture junkie by, well, also by day. I'm obsessed with all things fandom, and I love to talk about it. So join me and some of my friends as we geek out about TV, movies, music, and all the awesome things that make life worth living. Listen to my podcast, 30, Nerdy, and Thriving, available now on all major streaming platforms.
Hey, Nicole, do you smell that? It smells really bad in here, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just unloaded a big fart.
Oh, I was going to say it's because Jake Gyllenhaal is here, but also because you're just ripping ass.
Whichever works.
Is Nicole ripping ass or is Jake Gyllenhaal in the room?
I wish he was.
Why not both? So apparently Jake Gyllenhaal is the most recent celebrity to come out and say that he doesn't really bathe a lot. I don't know. I saw the funniest tweet that's just like, what is up with these like rich white people not washing themselves? And I want to know too.
Same.
So he said, more and more, I find bathing to be less necessary. Matthew McConaughey and Cameron Diaz are anti-deodorant.
Oh my gosh.
Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis kind of say like they just wait till they see the dirt forming on their children to clean them.
Kristen Bell and Dax Shepard.
What? Them too?
Oh yeah. I'm sorry. I don't mean to say this to be rude, but they seem like dirty people. Like honestly,
they seem a little crusty, don't
honestly,
they?
they really do. They have like flip phones still, I think, or something. I'm not kidding.
Oh my God. Like I love The Good Place. That was one of my favorite shows over the pandemic. Like obsessed with that show, binged it, finished it. But Kristen Bell probably has some crust around the edges.
Oh God, I do not want to see her toes. I probably got like fungus on them or something. Kristen Bell, if you're watching this, you could still come on our show.
Show us your toes. I'm sorry, that was so creepy. Oh my God.
You got to pay for stuff like that nowadays, Shauna.
Consensually show us your toes if you want to, and that's what we're into, and we pay you money. Anyway, Nicole, I have a super important question for you.
Okay.
While we're on the topic.
Okay.
Do you wash your legs?
Yeah, what the heck?
Thank you. Me too. Okay, so this has been this
Do people
thing.
not?
No, this has been this thing on Twitter. And this is like apparently Taylor Swift was on Ellen at some point.
Oh my God, I remember that.
Yes, and she said that she doesn't wash her legs.
Yeah, she has them insured.
Does she?
She really does.
Are they that nice?
I guess if she doesn't wash them, no.
I
heard that if she uses shaving cream, that's her washing. I'm like, no, you still got you got to rinse that off.
Girl, So people say that if they're in the shower and the water's washing down them and they wash up to their giblets, I guess. Because you gotta wash your poo hole. Let me just throw that out there. I don't judge people on a lot of things. Please wash your poo hole. Anyway. Did they just let the water and soap run down their legs and they don't actually scrub or wash their legs? I wash my legs.
I do too.
Okay, good.
I didn't know that was
from
a
across
thing.
the table. Good. Anybody listening, me and Nicole have fresh, clean legs.
Yeah. Maybe not shaved all the time, but they're clean.
Are you kidding me?
Especially now that fall's coming and I get to wear pants all the time.
Exactly. Listen,
I mean, I don't know. Actually, we're in Arizona, so who knows?
It was a long pandemic. Body hair.
I mean, I shaved during the pandemic. They're not like that long.
Oh, I mean, I did too when I felt like it.
Okay. I mean, you're married. You don't have to impress anyone.
I gotta impress my husband.
You've been married. You've been together for like 10 years. You're good. 11
and a half.
Okay.
That's true. He can braid it if he wants to. He can braid my leg. Okay, listen. Body hair is body hair. It's natural. It's beautiful. Whatever you do, braid it, shave it, wax it, nair it. It's yours.
True.
Also, please wash your legs. Having said that, wash your legs and booty hole. So earlier you mentioned on that show you're watching Morning Show, the kind of like imbalance of power. And that reminded me of a piece of news. So there was the American Crime Story, the OJ Simpson trial, I think a couple years ago. They're coming out with a second installment. It's American Crime Story Impeachment. This is going to be the Bill Clinton, Monica Lewinsky story that we remember from the 90s. Maybe not you. You were probably fresh out the womb.
I know
at
the
this
story.
She's up to date. However, Monica Lewinsky is co-producing the series, which I absolutely love. So it's going to be Ryan Murphy. Apparently he ran into Monica Lewinsky at a party and basically told her like, nobody should be telling this story but you. This is your story. It's about damn time that we hear this from your perspective. So she's going to be co-producing this series, and I'm here for it and kind of excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
She's really interesting. She's been on John Oliver. She's super active on Twitter. She's written a lot of op-eds and things. She was kind of the original we're all going to publicly shame and cyberbully person, right? Like everybody just freaking came for her.
Right.
And when you look back at, I mean, she was the butt of every joke in the 90s. And you look back at it, and my God, the imbalance of power there. It's the president of the United States, and she was an intern in the White House. He completely took advantage of that situation. So it'll be interesting to, see this story. It'll be, I'm sure a dramatized account.
Yeah.
Not that it wasn't dramatic enough.
What platform will it be on?
I think it's going to be FX. Apparently, they just debuted a teaser trailer.
Okay.
So look for that in September. So
yeah, that's interesting. I might have to watch that one.
Yeah.
Okay, so we always talk about our favorite shows and the good parts about those shows. But I kind of want to get into the bad parts of those shows, because there's obviously bad parts in every show, even if we don't want to admit it.
Okay.
Because we love them so much. But I know for me, I can think of plenty of characters in these shows that I do not like. So I'm interested in knowing your least favorite characters. And I know Buffy the Vampire Slayer is probably your top favorite show.
It is.
So I would like to know, who is your least favorite character in that show and your reasoning behind it.
Okay. So least favorite characters. First, I want to start off by saying, when I think about my least favorite characters on TV shows, I don't think about characters that are really bad guys, bad people, because if a character is moving the plot forward, if they are necessary to the storyline, then even if they are a bad person, they're still a good character. So like Joffrey from Game of Thrones. Everybody, spoiler for Game of Thrones that came out years ago, but like everybody cheered when he choked to death, right? And we all were so happy that he finally died. But that doesn't mean he's a bad character. It means he's a bad person, but he was an amazing character. A bad character, I broke down into they're boring, they have a stupid plot line or an unnecessary plot line or arc in the TV show. They do something that doesn't make sense or that is out of character, or that you're just like, why would anybody do that? That was such a weird choice to make. And then finally, if the acting is just really bad. So those were the 4 things that I thought of for least favorite characters. Buffy the Vampire Slayer is my favorite TV show of all time. Season 7 was the final season, and Buffy meets a group of potential slayers. Buffy is 22 years old-ish at the time, and all these potential vampire slayers are all like 15, 16 years old. They all move into Buffy's house this season, and basically she's put in charge of like 25 teenage girls, right? And these characters are so freaking obnoxious and ungrateful. And God, just like every time they're on screen, they are just grating, just nails on a chalkboard. I'm not saying teenage girls are, because I freaking love y'all. You're beautiful and amazing. I was a teenage girl for a long time. It's the potential slayers, like the way that they treat Buffy. At this point, she has died 3 times in the series. She has gone to heaven, been resurrected by her friends, ripped out of there, come back to debt to work at a burger joint, and now she has to take care of a bunch of teenage girls. And then they kick her out of her house because they don't like that she's putting them in danger. It makes no sense. They're all super ungrateful. She's basically laying down her life for them. I hate you, potential slayers. So that is my end of my rant.
So is that like a group of people?
It is. It's not just one. I mean, some of the potentials are definitely more annoying than others. Like, oh gosh, I don't even remember some of their names. A lot of them are just cannon fodder and they die immediately in the battle with the vampires. Some of them go on to sleep with Willow. Others of them go on to just be bishy to Buffy the entire time. So they're all just equally irritating and not unnecessary. Like the storyline I could have been here for, like Buffy kind of raising up the next generation. And I loved the series finale, was beautiful. And spoiler from a television show that ended 20 years ago, but every potential slayer gets activated and then they all become vampire slayers. So it's not just the one anymore. I thought that was beautiful. Girl power. The potential slayers, ungrateful bitches. So your favorite TV show is obviously Friends.
Yes.
Who is your least favorite character / characters from Friends and why?
So I have 3. I would have to say my top is definitely Emily. I think it's quite obvious, but I will further explain. Emily is the woman from London that marries Ross, and she's just very, I don't even know the word to describe her, but Rachel and Ross obviously have the relationship and they love each other still, but can't really do anything about it. And the whole wedding scene comes, like I said a few moments back when we were talking about their now relationship in real life. He ends up saying Rachel's name at the altar, and this obviously triggers Emily. So one of the main things that Emily wanted from Ross was for him to no longer hang out, see, talk to, whatever with Rachel. And he said, well, I don't really know because we're all in the same friend group. And then Rachel saw that he was struggling with something. And she's like, well, whatever Emily wants, I think you should just do it because you wouldn't know unless you tried. And he's like, okay, I can't really tell you what this is, but I'll listen to you. So yeah, she was just a bitch. I'm sorry.
You know what? I think you and I have talked about this before, but I'm actually team Emily on this one.
Yeah, I do remember this.
I am because
I hate Emily.
If my husband is best friends with Nicole and we're at the altar and he says, I, Andrew, take you, Nicole. I'd be like, you're never speaking to Nicole ever again. Our wedding was ruined and this was very expensive.
But they should have never gotten married within that time frame that they knew each other. True. And she should have already known that he was still in love with Rachel.
True. Okay.
And yeah, I think she just was put in the show to ruin it, and she did a very good job at that. And then my other 2 are Paolo, who is Rachel's Italian boyfriend early on in the series.
Yes.
He's just so annoying. Oh my goodness. He ended up being the one to kind of touch Phoebe's butt all of a sudden when she was giving him a massage, and she's like, whoa, buddy, like, I did not say you can do this. Yeah. And then she's like, you are dating my best friend.
We are not here for non-consensual touching.
And so she has to go tell Rachel, and then blah, blah, blah. So yeah, if you're going to harass a woman, no, you can be kicked off a show. Yes. No problem. And then my third least favorite character on the show is a main one, and I'm so sorry, but it has got to be Ross Gellar.
Yes.
Yeah. I think he is so annoying on the show. Very annoying. Very dramatic. And yeah, he's my least favorite out of the 6.
He's your least favorite friend.
Yeah. The Gellers are definitely the bottom 5 and 6.
But he is necessary to the plot.
Oh, 100%.
Okay.
Once he starts dating Rachel later on in the series, I start to like him because obviously Rachel's my favorite character.
Yeah, and you want her to be happy.
Right.
Stuff.
But early on, I just was very annoyed by him.
I could see that.
Yeah.
I feel like they're all kind of annoying in their own ways.
Yeah, definitely. I can agree to that, but he just had a little more annoyance to him.
At least Joey would take me out to eat and be a good lay.
Yeah, he might eat my food, but it's fine.
Right, as long as I don't take his because he's not into sharing.
Might go out for a phone call and my chocolate cake would be gone.
Take me for burgers. It's going to be a good night.
Yes. I know one of your other favorite shows is My Hero Academia. You talk about that almost every week on this podcast. Do you have a least favorite character on that show?
I do. So I love My Hero Academia. All of the characters are really interesting, and there's a ton of freaking characters on that show. This is one of the few animes where the main character is my favorite character. Usually if I'm watching an anime, one of the side characters are my favorite. Mm-hmm. Deku on that show is just kind, pure-hearted, but also silly, and it just seems like a really good person. My least favorite character on that show is a character named Mineta. So he is he's a student in the class too, and he's trying to be a hero, but he is so annoying and perverted. So It's a trope in a lot of anime. And My Hero Academia definitely isn't one of those shows that has a lot of fan service, meaning, oh, I accidentally tripped and fell into your bosom. Oh my God, your skirt flew up. Ha, I can see your panties. I don't like that in anime. It is something that is prevalent in Japanese shows. It is what it is. Mineta is the one character on My Hero Academia who constantly sexualizes every female character in the show. He's the one who it bounces off of people's chests, who accidentally lands his hands on butts that he shouldn't be touching, who is drooling and just horn dogging the whole time. And it's just takes me out of it. It's like everybody is fighting so hard to be a hero and they all care about saving people. And then all of a sudden, this like 2 foot tall purple kid in a diaper shows up and is like, boobies. And I'm just like, go away. Nobody likes you. Please die next season.
Oh, God.
Like, just completely unnecessary to the plot. Completely just horny and unnecessary.
Yes.
So, Mineta, I hate you.
Good reasonings why.
Thank you.
Of course.
Small purple diaper perverted.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to throw another favorite Nicole show at you, all right? You ready?
Give it to me.
You ready for this? You ready to catch this?
I am.
Grey's Anatomy, least favorite character.
I got to go with April Kepner.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Tell me about this despised April.
Okay. So April was one of the main characters. I don't even know who's still on the show because I have not watched it in a few seasons.
Who plays her or played her?
It is Sarah Drew, I believe her name is.
Got it. Okay.
And she's just very annoying. Her and this other doctor, Jackson Avery, were married, and then they got divorced. And she's just very dramatic. She brings so many problems to the show from what I can remember. Like I said, I haven't watched it in quite some time, but I just remember her always bringing problems.
Like, she's that character who every time she's on screen, you kind of sigh and roll your eyes. Like, God, another plot line with this one. See, that's what I characterize as like your least favorite character.
Yes.
Is whenever you're like, oh, it's going to be an April episode. You're like, oh, God.
Yeah.
Really?
I believe she did get better throughout the series, though, from what I remember, like later on towards when Derek died. She became kind of better.
Does she die at any point? I feel like
That's
everybody dies on Grey's Anatomy.
From what I know, I believe she's still alive and on the show.
Are they still making episodes of that show?
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah. So I believe it's coming to an end pretty soon. Don't know when, but hopefully it's soon because it's been running for quite some time.
Goodness gracious.
I think it's in like the 20s for how many seasons.
How much more crap can Meredith Grey go through at this point? My goodness. Just give this woman a glass of Pinot and a good night's sleep. Just oh my God.
She definitely needs it.
She's lost a lot of people.
So we each mentioned 2 shows and characters on that show. Do you have a third show by chance that you know of that you can think of a character you hate right off the top of your head?
So I don't think I've ever mentioned it on the show before, but when it was on TV, I really liked a show called Once Upon a Time.
Okay.
For the first several seasons anyway. And then they rebooted the final season. It was very strange. It's like every single character and actor from the show either quit or was let go. And then they really stretched this baby out further than it needed to go. And they kind of rebooted the final season with like some of the same characters. Anyway, Once Upon a Time is a delightful show in the first several seasons. It's like what would happen if storybook characters really existed. This woman is living her life. She's a bounty hunter, That makes her sound a lot more badass than she is. I don't know, bail bond person. She finds people who gets money for them. Anyway, she gets a knock at her door one day and his kid, and he's like, I'm your son. And she's like, oh crap, I did give a son up for adoption. That's right. Come to find out, she is the daughter of Snow White and Prince Charming. This is actually her son. He was adopted by the evil queen. It's a wonderful show. But this kid is so freaking annoying. So if we broke it down to what I said my 4 criteria for a bad character were, he falls into the category of just a bad actor. So it's Henry. And I am so sorry. His name is Jared Gilmore. It's just cringy line delivery from the beginning. And like, child actors are very hit and miss for me. They're either delightful, like you get the Stranger Things kids, and you're just like, these are good freaking actors. These kids are delivering these lines. And then you get kids who are just reading off of a piece of paper and who show up on set and put a camera in front of them. Maybe their parents brought them to an audition at some point. Oh my God, if Jared Gilmore is listening to this, I'm so sorry. He's probably not listening. His character was just annoying and like overly righteous, based and then mixed with the bad line delivery. It was just cringy. So every time it was like, oh, it's a Henry episode, it was bad. And then that final season that I mentioned, for some reason they set it in the future and it's Henry as an adult. And I guess that the showrunners also agreed that they didn't really need Jared anymore. So they fired him. They hire a new actor to play him as an adult. And he's also boring. So Henry, Once Upon a Time, I'm not here for it. I mean, those final few seasons dragged anyway, but cringy kid.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to throw out one more show that we all know Nicole loves. And I wish Hayley was here too.
Okay.
Because I'm sure that she would also have something to say about this.
She would definitely agree with me on who my character is.
You think so?
Oh, 100%.
She's listening right now in her car screaming like, yes, yes. Okay. Law and Order SVU, least favorite characters.
I have to go with William Lewis. And if you are a Law and Order SVU fan, you know exactly who I'm talking about. And you better agree with me on this, because if you don't, then you are not a true fan.
What did Willie Boy do?
Oh, we do not give him a nickname.
Oh.
He was a serial rapist, serial killer, serial kidnapper, and a sadist, and later a spree rapist and spree killer. And tortured our girl Olivia Benson. And yeah, you do not touch Olivia Benson in my house. So
you and I are doing different things with our least favorite character thing. So
yes, I'm picking got people who are actually pretty main characters in the series. Well, he wasn't a main character. He was a main character probably for that season. But yeah, I'm picking high up there characters.
So you're picking people who are necessary to the plot.
Yes, and I actually
that are just despicable people.
Yes.
Got it.
Yes.
Okay, see, that's another good way to go about it.
Yeah,
I see that.
the way you're going about it,
Yeah,
too.
I'm going about just characters who we were unnecessary to ever come on set.
Yes.
Your guy sounds like he made a big impact in the storyline, at least, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure. So he gets out of a facility and he goes into a halfway house, and one day he sees this guy and he starts taunting him, and he later takes that guy's hands and puts them on a stovetop and burns his fingertips off.
That's chill, okay.
And he's like, oh, you're screaming and crying about this? Look at me, I can do it too. And he's literally just doing it with absolutely no problem. So right then and there, I'm like, okay, this guy's absolutely crazy.
Smells like bacon.
Literally. And then later on, he grows this fetish with Olivia Benson, and he ends up kidnapping her and wraps tape in her mouth, forces her to drink a whole bottle of vodka. And
never mind, I was gonna make a joke for this.
Later
Don't force people to drink things.
They're later at a random house in the woods or something like that, and a lady and her daughter come up to the door, and she's like, I'm here for cleaning. I got told I need to come clean this house. And Olivia Benson goes to the door and she sees him. She's like, no, just get out, leave. Yeah. This is not a safe place for you. And she was handcuffed to the bed, Olivia Benson was, and she ended up getting loose and getting the metal rod from the bed frame.
Okay.
And she ends up whacking William Lewis over the head with it.
All right.
And they end up going to court about everything going on because stories weren't matching up or whatever.
Does she get in trouble for the whacking? Because I would be so pissed.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. So that's
I don't like
the
this
whole
guy
thing. And then later, him and Benson go to some abandoned, it's not a factory, but it's an abandoned
warehouse
building. Yeah, warehouse. And they have a little girl with them. And they're playing. The little girl is just kind of in the corner. He doesn't really want to harm the little girl. He wants to more so harm Olivia Benson.
Yeah.
And then the two of them William and Olivia start playing Russian roulette. And they each obviously play the game. If you don't know, I'm not going to explain. It's a little
let's not give instructions.
Yeah. So yeah, they start doing that, and the other detectives on Olivia's team start pulling up. They figure out where she's at. Obviously, it's a TV show, and phone.
Right in the nick of time.
Yeah, phone, GPS, and everything. So once they pull up, they hear a gunshot. So they're like, oh no, like, let's go straight in. So they end up going up there. William Lewis is shot.
Good.
By Olivia Benson, not from the game.
Oh.
And yeah, that's pretty much how it ends. I believe he died, which is fantastic.
Good for her.
Yeah. She ended up getting out, which is good for her. Very crazy of a story. And Hayley, if you are listening, please let me know if you agree with me, because if you don't, I would love to know who your least favorite character other than Kathy Stabler is on the show.
That's so interesting. He sounds like he probably led to a lot of, it was probably a good story, you know?
It was a good episode, but it was hard, not like hard to watch because obviously it's not real, but like still hard to watch because
I totally feel that.
It's the main character who everyone loves.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, it was so hard to watch Walking Dead when Glenn died. Spoiler. I always drop bombs and then I say spoiler afterwards and people listen and are like, son of a. But that was years ago too. I stopped watching after he died because he was my favorite character and Negan killed him. I'm sure that people think that Negan is a great character. He's probably super interesting and I'm sure that the actor does an amazing job playing him. But like, I hate him because he killed my boy.
Yeah.
So.
Exactly.
Yeah, I feel that.
But I think that about wraps up. I think we should end it there.
I'm going to stop thinking about hateful things and just keep thinking about things I love, like Buffy, Summers.
Sure.
Can do no wrong.
But if you are listening and you are a part of our Pop Culture Junkie support group on Facebook, please let us know who your least favorite TV characters are.
Yes.
We would love to continue this conversation over there on Facebook with everyone, because I definitely could go on with the list of people.
Sure.
So
let's go with the Nicole rules and the Shauna rules. So who's a character that you despise because they are just a terrible person? And who's a character you despise just because their storyline was unnecessary? Maybe the acting was bad and they just didn't need to exist in the show.
Yes, I agree.
Let's do it.
Speaking of the Pop Culture Junkie support group, let's just end out the show with our social handles.
Let's do it. That's my favorite. Okay. Do you want me to read them? I mean, name them off the top of my head because I have them memorized. Sure. All right. Follow us on Facebook at Pop Culture Junkie Podcast. Follow us on Twitter at Pop Junkies. Follow us on Instagram at pop.culturejunkies. And where can the people find you, Nicole?
You can find me on Instagram and TikTok at Nicole_Eldridge and over on Twitter at NAEldridge14.
And you can find me, Shauna, at SHAUNATRINIDAD. That is at Shauna Trinidad on Twitter and Instagram.
Sounds good. I'll go follow you right now.
Oh my God, I'm going to follow you too.
Thanks.
Like all of my pictures, okay?
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to like all yours too.
Sounds good. I only have like 45 up, so.
That's fine. I'm going to like, I have like 600 and something. So it's going to take you all, but it's fine.
Okay.
It's fine.
Sounds good.
Okay. Don't miss any.
I won't.
Okay.
All right.
I believe you. We will be back to normal next week.
Maybe.
We should probably.
Knock on wood. Let's hope we are.
We should probably have 4 people in one room next week.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, thanks everyone for listening and come back next week for another hit of pop culture.
Pop Culture Junkie is a production of Pop Culture Entertainment Group. All rights reserved.